Mental health is a deeply personal issue, so it makes sense that we don't really talk about it. I asked students to help me start a dialogue surrounding mental health and mental illness in order to break down the barriers preventing those who are struggling from reaching out or seeking help.
I think mental health issues affect my peers across the board.
Being in medical school is a very stressful experience, and there's definitely a lot of shock. You know, we first come in, especially in first year, and we walk in to school and we put on this cover that, you know, I'm perfect and I can do anything, when in reality a lot of us are actually struggling with a lot of issues, and we don't talk about it enough.
Imposter syndrome, like not sleeping, high levels of stress.
There's this common feeling of not belonging, and it's interesting that a lot of people actually feel this way, yet everyone that feels that way feels like they're alone.
There's definitely stigma, not just talking about mental health issues, but talking about struggling with something.
Almost being ashamed to admit if they're struggling.
I think everyone, no matter their station, no matter how they're feeling, no matter what's going on in their life, should have a sort of a mental health checkup with a counselor or with a licensed professional once a month, if not once, every 2 months, something like that.
If we're shown to show weakness, then it makes us feel inferior, and I think that's why people don't want to talk about it. And if you're not talking about it, then your struggle is only going to get worse.
I think just one of the main challenges about dealing with mental health issues, and I think seeing it happen to friends, is that a lot of people feel like there's a certain heavy words that you can't really say to those people who might need social support. And I think it's a real shame, because rather than thinking about oh, I don't want to worsen the situation, I think any help would be very beneficial in that case, and I think there should just be less emphasis on trying to be politically correct.
And I don't think there's enough space for us to talk about it. It's important for people to know that whatever you're struggling with, no matter how small it may appear to the outside world, that your struggles are valid and they're real.
There's so many things that we're dealing with that we don't talk about, don't feel right about saying, and it's been really cool to have platforms like your support and wellness trainings so that people can disclose what they're comfortable with, hear other people go through similar things.
Initiatives like this and the Let's Talk and whatever it is, just to erase some of that stigma around it, especially around asking for help. I think that's really, really important.
I think we should aim to create an environment where people feel comfortable or feel safe in accessing help. You can be resilient, but also have things that bother you or things that affect your mental health. I think it's really important for people to feel like it's okay to not be okay.
The biggest one for me was the imposter syndrome. I guess at the beginning of the year, I was so concerned that I wasn't meant to be here that I actually still have the email saying that congratulations, you got accepted into medicine, just in case it was the wrong person. Imposter syndrome, you can't help but compare yourself to everyone here. So I'd say that was probably one of the more challenging things, it's like starting a new you. It was my security to know that I actually did belong here and that it was okay, it was more than okay that I deserved to be here.
I definitely feel like I have to prove myself, so I try really hard to get the marks that I think prove that, and in trying to get the highest marks, I know I'm letting other things slip under, like relationships with friends and family.
The amount of pressure we put on ourselves to get an A or an A+ sounds very ridiculous. Just getting people's identities, our entire self-worth is put around an individual grade. I find the biggest problem that I personally have is that when I'm not feeling well, I'm just not feeling like it's a very good mental health month for me, I guess you could say. I always find that I just dive into myself and I kind of reject outward forms of help. I don't want to burden my friends with this, or I don't want to burden a family member with this.
My mental health for me has been bad for over, I don't know, 6+ years probably. And there isn't one specific thing that happened to kind of trigger it. Because a lot of the times people think that for you to have a mental illness, there must be something traumatic happen to you. And if your life is going well and your parents are supporting you and you're getting straight A's and you look functional, it's kind of hard to kind of legitimize and validate the way that you feel is wrong. And it took me like 4 years to kind of come forward and ask for help.
I had issues with like mild depression. I have struggled with symptoms of depression. Growing up, I had my parents relocated a lot, so I was from school. I was taken out of school and put into another school, and so this was sort of an issue that I've had since I was a kid. Be dropped into groups. You know, I moved here and did grade 12, and I had to kind of just enter into grade 12, where all the friendships had already been established, and I had to kind of find where I belong. Again, first year at university, and again, first week of med school, and it's a struggle.
So you're kind of with like a whole group of totally different people, and trying to find your place is kind of difficult.
One thing that I've struggled with for many years and I'm currently struggling with is an eating disorder, and it's definitely a huge stressor. That's definitely been something that has been hard to deal with. I'm very open with talking about it, but at the same time, it's a very like secretive and personal and hidden kind of behavior.
Being a female, like I feel like we go through a lot of body image kind of issues on a day-to-day basis, and it's something I struggle with a lot.
I had a lot of body image issues growing up. I remember really disliking the way I looked. That was really hard. Yeah, I'm okay with my body now, but it took a long time, and I think it's something that's really common, especially with the pressure that society and media puts on young girls to look a certain way, to look like a certain stereotype.
I'm in 4th year, and 4th year is great, but you're doing it all in the pressure cooker of CARMs and studying for final exams and with an impending licensing exam on the way, and it can be a little bit overwhelming at times, and there have been times when I've really let the pressure get to me.
I was not in a really good place in my first and second year of university. It's been a very toxic relationship, and it's been really an awesome healing process, but also really difficult. It kind of feels like I have symptoms of PTSD sometimes. At the same time, I think I feel this incredible self-criticism that, like, why haven't you gotten over it? It's been 2 years. You should be doing better, and you shouldn't let these things affect you anymore.
My mom is like my main support. She's like my best friend, and she's like always there for me.
My family has also been very supportive, and my boyfriend has been extremely supportive.
My mom had a friend who was a dietitian, so I talked to her about it a lot, and that was really, really helpful for me. I don't know where it would have ended up if I hadn't gone to see her, I don't think.
Yeah, honestly, my friends and family, just like being able to tell them what was going on and knowing that whatever I told them, they weren't going to judge me for it, and like just trusting them and having faith that even if like this thing kept bugging me, that they weren't going to get annoyed with me repeatedly talking about it.
Now that I look back on it, I didn't really tell anyone at the time about it, just because I was so naive, I think. But in retrospect, like, I should have talked about it a lot more.
My peers everybody I find in our class is very open for me to speak to. I don't feel uncomfortable talking about things, as I'm sure you know.
It helps to talk to classmates because they're going through the same struggles as you are.
One of my best friends from my childhood has like been like so dear to me and so fantastic in helping me through all of these situations.
One person in particular that has always been really helpful to me, just kind of like someone there to ground me.
I have my person. Whenever things aren't going how I expect them to go, or I'm just having a really tough time and I need someone to talk to, I have my person. I think that's really important. My non-med person.
I think my best friend and I have both shared the same difficulties. Both went through depression and eating disorder and some generalized anxiety.
I've accessed counseling services in the past and I found them to be really helpful.
I also got a lot of support from student affairs.
I have to recognize that, you know, the counseling that I've been getting is probably something that's more important than just having support from your friends and family. So I definitely encourage people to just not try and convey things to your friend, but also kind of seek a little bit of the professional help.
I've spoken to a psychologist before. It's funny that like I would go to my friends for advice and they would give me solid advice and I'd take everything that they say to heart and I would make sure I would work on myself. But hearing it from a professional, the exact same things that my friends had said is just a completely different perspective on things.
It was my second year that I joined Peers, Students Helping Students, and if you ask people that were at Peers, I think there will be countless stories of people feeling like they were changed or saved by it, and I definitely think my life changed. When I was there, I finally had people hear me struggle, hear me, make me feel like a valuable person. It was also with their encouragement I went to go see a counselor at the Fort Garrett campus. She was really helpful to kind of sort out my feelings, and really to give me the strength and clarity that I needed to make one of probably the best decisions of my life.
I felt like with the relationship that I was in, I wasn't able to grow more as an individual.
I've never really gone to see anyone about it because I just felt like it wasn't severe enough, you know, it wasn't obstructive enough in my day-to-day functioning for me to justify seeking help or anything like that.
It was difficult to reach out. It's very difficult to get myself to accept that these things are real. You always put on that cover that everything's okay, everything's going all right. But once I did reach out, things improved a lot.
It's really easy to forget that you have a massive support network. And even if you don't have a massive support network, that you have a support network in general. I mean, that support network can be pets.
If you don't reach out, you get stuck into a vicious cycle of never really being able to break out of that constant fear.
Right? It doesn't matter who your support network is, the fact that you have one. You have people who like you, who talk to you, and it doesn't matter necessarily what your relationship with that person is. I really think it's important to reach out to maybe your casual acquaintances, but more importantly, the friends who really do care about you.
Only you know what's good for your own mental health.
I think it feels like a weight off your shoulders.
A sense of calm means like keeping a positive outlook on life, like being excited to start the day.
Honestly, just like waking up feeling good. That means feeling comfortable in my own skin.
It feels like you can enjoy every moment of the day.
The feeling of comfort and calmness and stability and strength.
Being mentally well is a lot easier said than done.
It doesn't mean happiness. I think it means coming to terms with your emotions a feeling doesn't necessarily represent who you are. Yes, you might feel awful one day, but that doesn't mean that you're an awful person. That to me is when you are mentally well.
Being mentally well is feeling like myself again.
Understanding your thoughts, being able to realize when things are going well. It's a work in progress, it's a continuum, it's definitely not a binary, yes I'm well, / no I'm not well. Some days are good, some days are not so good, but it's just being aware of that and learning to manage it.
Being able to focus on things other than how you're feeling.
No matter what I'm dealing with or struggling with, in the end, what makes me feel mentally sound is when I feel like I'm connected somehow. When I feel like I've either had a meaningful conversation or made a meaningful connection or feel not alone.
Balance. I've kind of accepted that stress. I will always feel stressed about something. I like what Dr. Horton said about stress. You never stop feeling stress, it just feels like different stress.
Being mentally well to me is just loving yourself and being content with who you are and where you're at the moment in life.
Part of the difficulty of mental health is that the things that will make you feel more mentally healthy are the things that are easy to do when you're already mentally healthy.
And sometimes when you're not well, you're kind of trapped inside in what you're feeling.
Like, you are who you are, and you are pretty fantastic.